Yeah, I mean, I'm not really opposed. Holy cow.
Man.
Holy
man.
cow.
There is a lot going on there.
On a Sunday afternoon, with our glasses in our hands, the hops and barley bloom in a land of craft and cans. Every sip, a story shared, review and taste we dare with our Sunday sips. Sunday sips, every for a trip.
Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of your favorite beer drinking podcast, Sunday Sips.
Wham.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, bud.
I'm your host, Kyle Lucas. That's your other host,
Nick Woodard.
Nick J. Woodard in the flesh. We're coming at you with a non-local beer, semi-local.
Yeah, local-ish.
Local to California.
Yeah.
This is a beer from Wondrous Brewing, and they're located in Emeryville, California. For those of you that don't know or not familiar with California, or at least with the greater Bay Area,
Sure.
Emeryville is a little sub, I don't know, town,
Subdivision,
whatever. Division,
yeah. Sure.
Between Oakland and Berkeley, right in there on the East Bay.
Yeah.
I've been to Emeryville plenty of times.
I have never been to Emeryville.
I think you've driven through.
I'm sure I have.
Yeah. But yeah, Wondrous Brewing, they're relatively new. 2021 they opened.
Sure.
So
That is brand spanking new.
we'll review the beer. We'll reveal the beer first, and then I'll talk about the brewery.
Of course.
So
First off, once again, we're at our Cheers Chico studio.
Yes, sir.
Happy to be here. I mean, just the ambiance of this place is fantastic. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't say that enough. We've talked about it for a couple of podcasts now, but
Yeah.
I loved having a beer in the backyard
Yeah.
at my house and having a bonfire and all that. But like this looks cool. This
Yeah.
looks like, this gives us a little bit of maybe false expertise because
We're giving ourselves false
it
expertise.
looks a little more professional than we actually are.
Yeah.
So I dig that. So thanks again to Cheers Chico for having us.
Thank you, Cheers Chico. We're going to be trying to be a little bit more professional
Yeah,
each
we're
time.
gonna start stepping it up a little bit.
So this is Wondrous Brewing Company. This is called Shorty's Revenge. Got a little frog on the top with a little crown. He's chiefing a cigar. Yeah, he is.
I like that.
Sure is.
I like that. That's a vibe.
And he's on top of a skull. That's pretty sick. It says, "Revenge is a draft best served cold."
Ooh.
This is an English style strong ale. This is a 9%. It says, "Keep cold and drink fresh, baby." It is 1306 65th Street in Emeryville, California, if anyone's wondering. English style strong ale. I can't say I've had too many of these in my life.
No, so I had to look up what strong ale actually is.
Yeah.
It's according to Google, it's a broad category of beers brewed in Europe and US. ABV typically ranges between 5% and even up to 7 to 11%. So
this is a 9.
When we're talking about broad, that's pretty broad.
Pretty broad.
It includes, I guess it's like a blanket term for styles that include barley wine, a Burton ale, and an old ale.
Nice.
So, interestingly, Sierra Nevada's barley wine. Oh my God. We just did this.
He's living it Bigfoot.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
My goodness. It's been a long day.
You're welcome.
Long day. So technically, maybe, I guess, the Bigfoot could be roped in as a strong ale. I would never call it a strong ale.
Like a pseudo.
Yeah.
Sure.
But so that's what Google's telling us. They can have complex and varied alcohol types and often use starchy and sugary adjuncts like wheat, flaked barley, and maize.
Cool.
So I'm interested. I've never had a beer that's been classified as a strong ale. Maybe I've had beers that could fit under the category of strong ale.
Right.
But in terms of actually having something that's directly called a strong ale, that's new to me.
Yeah.
So,
Emeryville, like I said, the Wondrous Brewing Company, it was started in 2021, or it opened 2021. A little bit on their
it'd be
website.
an interesting time to open a brewery.
Right after COVID.
I guess still in the midst, kind of of COVID.
True. Right at the tail end there. They have a little thing on their website. It says, Wondrous Brewing Company, located in Emeryville, California, is a dream project of owner and brewer Win Wisenhunt. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. He grew up in the East Bay area and has been brewing beer professionally in Northern California for about 10 years.
That's cool.
Thanks to his friends and family at the time, he found a unique passion for brewing early in his life, started home brewing, and soon after found himself enthralled with working as a brewer in a commercial brewery at the age of 17.
Oh, wow.
Okay. By the time he was 21, he was off to Chicago and Munich, Germany to attend the World Brewing Academy and obtain his international diploma in brewing technology. Wow. He spent the following years working at breweries big and small, from Lagunitas Brewing in Petaluma to
Love Lagunitas.
Santa Andreas Rustic Ales in Capitola.
I'm just going to take a shot in the dark and say we might have mispronounced that. Capitola is right next to Santa Cruz, for those who don't know. Yep.
During this time, he honed in on what his brewing style would be and dreamt of building a brewing facility of his own. Wondrous Brewing Company opened May 12th, 2021, with a focus on lager beers, stainless/barrel-aged beers, and hoppy beers. We're happy to create beers through passion and inspiration to implement a culture of community, creativity, tradition. We admire positivity and stoke while still appreciating the natural darkness the world has to offer. With brewing beer, you'll never know everything. And to us, that's a concept that keeps us pushing forward. That's really cool.
There's a beauty in that.
I really like that.
There's a beauty in accepting that, nothing's ever going to be perfect.
Yeah.
But you continue to strive and you continue to try new things to learn. I feel like
there's almost excitement in it.
You and I have never been on the brewing side of things.
Right.
And, maybe it would be a fun...
We've always been on the drinking side.
Of course. And that, that's kind of the funnest part. But, in theory, it might be fun to maybe one day try to do a little home brewing and maybe document it for the podcast.
Yeah.
But I feel like, from what I understand, there's a lot of fun in that. There's a lot of fun in trying new things and seeing how it comes out, and then trying to refine and improve and continue to make cool, innovative beers. And that's kind of, what we gravitate to on this podcast.
True.
We want to try things that are new and unique and different. We don't want to do the same style of beer every single week. And I don't think we've ever done back-to-back weeks of the same style of beer. I mean,
and
last
if we
week...
don't crucify us, please.
Yeah, and things happen. Last week we did a cold IPA.
Cold IPA.
The week before we did a blueberry muffin tart ale.
Crazy.
So we want to branch out. We want to try new things, and I think a strong ale from Wondrous Brewing is the next
strong ale.
Next step.
Yeah, I like I tend to think of brewing as a step into like culinary.
Sure.
Where you're dealing with food and drink are one and the same in that it's a hospitality endeavor.
Right.
When you try new things and come up with different flavors, it's almost like a form of art. Yeah. Especially to those who create it. Not necessarily, maybe not all the time to people who consume it.
Sure.
But which would be nice, for them to have that mindset. But to people that create it, and brewers, chefs, stuff like that. Yeah. It's almost like a form of art, and they put a lot of love into it. And we need to respect them for it. And it's super awesome to get different styles of anything you can try. Yeah. So
branching out is the name of the game.
Absolutely. English style strong ale. Here we go. 9%, baby.
Let's crack that puppy.
3, 2, 1.
Ooh.
We're getting a little foamy. Forgive the state of the can. It had a bumpy ride.
It's been through some stuff. Haven't we all, though?
Haven't we all? This is exactly what what I was thinking the color would be.
Yeah, 100%. Whenever I hear English style, that's kind of what I envision.
Ooh, I kind of nailed that.
Yeah, you did.
Wow.
Yeah, you did. Not bad.
Really dark, ambery color. It reminds me a little bit of a porter when I poured it.
Sure.
Porter.
Yeah.
Like a darker
Okay.
ambery
Yeah.
color.
I got you.
Porters are, I guess, definitely darker.
Yeah, I was
but-
gonna say that's why you have my hesitation.
Oh no!
I can see where you're going. What you were going for.
Right off the bat.
Yeah,
when I
okay,
poured
okay,
it.
I gotcha,
Not
I
when
gotcha.
it kept pouring.
I got you.
Definitely smells a little sweet.
Do you wanna
Really light.
just give it a go?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really opposed. Holy
Oh,
cow.
man. Oh,
Holy
man.
cow.
There is a lot going on there, like a lot.
Immediately, there's sweet.
Yeah.
And then it
I
goes,
almost want to say like hints of, and this might be a wild thing to say.
Yeah.
Hints of banana, like a little,
yeah.
little.
a little fruitiness in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like almost got like a creamy
I'm sure people disagree
vibe.
with that, but
Maybe.
But as I tasted it, I got like a little bit of banana.
It's almost got
Tiny
like,
bit of banana.
It's almost got like a creamy mouthfeel to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It definitely pinches on the back end with that alcohol. That 9% is real bitey.
Oh yeah.
Some people love it. I don't mind it at all,
No.
but it's definitely there. I'm glad we're splitting it.
Yep. Yep.
That 9% is real kicky.
It's a school night.
It's a school night, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I'm not like the biggest fan, but I'm still here for it.
So, after the first few sips, I can understand why Bigfoot is classified or can fit under the umbrella
Yeah.
of a strong ale.
This is very similar.
because it's reminiscent, right?
Yeah.
It's not the iconic flavor that Bigfoot is, because Bigfoot's a whole different beast in and
Bigfoot
of
is
itself.
is barrel aged too.
That's true.
So
that's true. That's a good point.
It comes with
That's
a
very
little
good
bit
point.
more bite on the back end. This still has that bite, just
Yeah.
not to the excessive levels as
Right.
Bigfoot. And that's really why some people love Bigfoot.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
because of that. I would argue that some people probably would like this style more because it's not as strong.
It's not. It's still pretty strong.
It's still
but it
pretty
doesn't,
strong.
Doesn't really reach those upper
Those levels.
echelons, if you will.
This is super good. It's super tasty.
I think so.
I can't imagine drinking this during in really hot weather.
No. No. This is not
couple
that style of
these.
beer.
This is a pub beer. This is for sure a pub beer. I would want to be in an air conditioned, homely feeling room.
I think this is a much like Bigfoot, a dead of winter kind of
Yeah,
beer.
dead of winter.
Something that'll warm your insides up.
Yeah, I feel like this is a beer built for like a group of people where we're sitting around a table, maybe playing some poker or playing some game, whatever. We're all trying to catch a quick buzz. The first rip. This is a perfect the game night. This is what I'm getting at. Game night.
Or,
go for it.
cold winter night,
winter night.
not raining, but just a little brisk out
On the patio.
on the patio
A
with
little
with
fire.
a fire.
You guys know.
Oh yeah, you've been there.
Been there. done
Older
that.
episodes of the Sunday Sips podcast before the Cheers Chico studio. You know what it was about. Having fires that almost engulfed us.
Yeah,
as we
dude.
drank beers.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, like I said, like a pub. Like I wouldn't mind having it in some place like this too. Like you got a couple friends going to the bar. You're gonna have maybe one or two.
Right.
This
A
is
couple,
perfect before you make your way on home. This is that sweetness is different than the sweetness of the Secret Trail Cold IPA that we had last week. I'm not sure if I like it better or not. I'm still up in the air just because it's such a different.
It's a different thing. And I was going to comment on that, on how interesting it is that you can, how sweeter notes showcase themselves in different styles
ways.
of beer.
Yeah.
Because it's, like you said, there is some sweetness in this, but it's a very different sweetness than what we found in like kind of the fruitier notes of the cold IPA that we had last week.
Right.
I don't mind either. I think both are very welcomed, especially considering last week was an 8% and this is a 9.6.
The cold IPA?
Yeah.
I think it was an 8%.
So, back-to-back weeks, 2 higher ABV beers.
Right.
Probably need a little bit of fruitiness, a little bit of sweetness to cut things up a little bit to mesh a little better.
I don't see an IBU on this thing.
No.
It wouldn't. I don't think it would be higher IBU at all. It's not necessarily too super bitter. It's stingy, but just because of the higher percent of the ABV.
I like stingy.
Stingy.
I like the way you throw stingy out there.
You know what I'm talking about? How the Bigfoot's real stingy at the back end. This is stingy, but
I just think it's a good
thing.
descriptor. Stingy.
Yeah. It's not from the bitterness.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gives you that warm, cozy feeling that I always like to say.
100%.
Probably because of that 9%. But I think I'm into English style strong ales. This is really good for me.
I mean, English style beers are kind of fun, right?
I love
They're
them.
just something different. What was the English style that we had a while ago? It was I'm not going to remember the name of it.
No. Because I found a new love for porters in the recent history. I really think I'm sliding into that kind of pocket of beer.
I mean, I
really
think
like
you've
it.
always been approachable as far as that pocket's
Well, I like
concerned.
stouts, a little Guinness, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Doesn't mean I don't like the really pale ale-y, hoppy stuff.
Sure.
But I like pretty much everything. Yeah. Just not sours.
I'm sorry, I'm not listening. I'm just pulling up because I know we've had an English style before.
Do you want me to score this then?
If you want to dive into the scoring, let's do
dive
it.
into scoring.
Because I feel like I can pull up the English style that we've had before pretty quickly.
I feel like this is good in a certain environment. And I think you can toss summer completely out the window.
100%.
I wouldn't like this if I were outside during summer at all.
No,
Period.
there's no way.
That belongs to your lighter Coronas, your Pacificos, your Farmers Valles, right? I think this beer falls to me at a 7.75.
Okay.
A little high just because I really like it. The flavor profile all the way through with that stinginess, right? Really hits me home. Like I love it. I love the cozy I just keep picturing myself in a pub with immediate friends, having it, laughing, having a good time when I drink it. Brings me immediately to that like those memories in that kind of place.
Sure.
Other IPAs and stuff like that belong, or lighter beers belong outdoors, woodsy stuff. But I think this is meant to be drank indoors.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Indoors, around maybe a nice fireplace.
Sure.
Or slightly outdoors in front of a nice fire. Like it feels like that's the kind of vibe for a beer like this.
Yeah. I couldn't drink, I could slam a 6-pack of this and be absolutely floored.
It's probably not the move.
But I would like a couple of these, but this is one that I would really like to go to immediately.
Yeah.
I want to start,
right.
If I've had a rough day, I want to start with this.
And then taper off. Start slow and taper off.
And then maybe end with it.
So you went 7.75
for me.
All right.
I smell that banana.
Yeah, this is going to be a drastic difference from you, but I think it's a 6.5 for me.
6.5.
It's just in a similar fashion to last week. It's not my style of beer.
Right.
I can appreciate everything that's going on here. There's a big flavor here.
Massive flavor.
And I like that a lot. And I like how, there are similarities to a beer that we hold near and dear in Bigfoot.
Right.
But it just isn't hitting the mark for whatever reason. It's just not doing it for me. I Yeah, I mean, I think, and I don't think 6.5 is a bad score. Just like a 6.5 for you as a sour
Isn't
a
bad.
few weeks back is not a bad
Yeah.
score. If I was, scoring this as a 3.7,
That's a bad score.
or sorry, a 3.75, that would be a pretty
low
awful
score.
score. But I
agree.
think this is acknowledging that this is a good beer in terms of strong ales,
Yeah.
which is not a category I've been really used to. But yeah, I just don't think it does it for me at the end of the day.
You might realize that I rank this higher than Bigfoot. It's because I like it better than Bigfoot. Do not kill me. Do not. I will have
Your
friends.
Bigfoot score is already controversial.
I will have friends telling me there's a red dot on my forehead.
It's already
all the time.
your initial score, and then to score this higher than
It's because I like it better than Bigfoot. I like it.
That's
and
tough, man.
to be fair, I like it because that stinginess is less.
Yeah.
It's less. It's more drinkable.
Sure.
Bigfoot's more of a one-off. This I can have a couple of them.
Sure.
And it gives me that same that little cozy feeling that the Bigfoot does, but I can have a couple more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the only reason why, is because Bigfoot's so extreme.
Yeah.
It's in the same realm as this.
Sure.
Just a little further down the road.
Sure.
And there's only certain places and times to take you down that road even further. So
The other beer that we drank that I thought was similar to an English style beer,
Yeah.
by the way, it was the South Lake Brewing's Barrett Brown Ale.
Yeah.
Which, you get into all these different genres of beer and all these different types. Is a brown ale similar to an English style ale? Who can say for sure? But to me, there was some similarities. So
Sure.
just throwing that out there.
I think they both have that dull sweetness to it, where it's not sugary immediately.
Yeah.
But that tinge of banana, I understand where you're taking. It's
sure.
not banana, but it is.
It's
you know what I mean?
If you think hard enough, it can be banana.
But it doesn't slap you in the face with sweet.
No.
But it definitely the entire way has a sweet undertone.
Right.
For sure.
100%.
I'm here for it, dude. So 7.75 and
6.5?
6.5.
Cheers, buddy.
Go to Wondrous Brewing. Check them out. Emeryville,
Emeryville.
California. They opened up in 2021, so probably a really nice newer facility.
Next time we're in the area, we should check it out.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm sure they got a lot more stuff going on.
Ask them for Shorty's Revenge. See if they got it on tap or in cans. It's the one with the frog chief and a cigar and a skull. Really cool.
Hard to miss.
Hard to miss. Super cool. We'll have to check them out and film it while we're down there.
Yeah,
maybe.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, Oakland is not a necessarily far drive for us.
No. Hop, skip, and jump.
Hop, skip, and a jump. A frog leap, if you would say.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah. Don't forget, subscribe, comment down below if you've been there. If you've had it, tell us what you like about it or what you dislike about it. Another big shout out to Cheers Chico. Thanks for letting us use the studio. And don't forget, you crack one for us, and we'll crack one for you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Recess to dark night.
For us.
For you us.
Floor. Mosaic dreams take flight of IPAs and we adore. Raise a toast to what's new here in the world of craft beer with Sunday sips. Sunday sips. Every pour a trip with our Sunday sips. Each note we hear as we sip and cheer. Craft beer's near. Sunday's treasure's clear. with our Sunday sips. Sunday sips, and before a trip with a Sunday.